This morning we woke up in a gorgeous guest house right on Champex Lake. This is a real splurge for us because, as you may or may not know, we've been camping the whole way on the TMB, and this morning we woke up in a real bed, so we're feeling on top of the world today. And look at these views, you just can't beat them. And there was even breakfast included. Yum. Good morning and welcome to day 8 on the TMB. We're in fantastic spirits. See? Because we slept in a real bed and I just had the best breakfast. Man just kept bringing things out. Apricots, raspberries, strawberries, croissants, bread, ham, cheese, yogurt. Couldn't even eat it all. Really nice coffee. And I tried apricot juice for the first time, which was absolutely delicious. Plan for today, obviously, is to walk the TMB. Probably already knew that. I'm going to go to the grocery store, grab some bread and some salami, because, you know, classic TMB lunch for us. Then we have a incline, then a decline. Is that the right word? We go up, then we go down, then we camp. We better get going. It's nice and cool today, so it rained last night, so we definitely made the right decision. Brenna's still not feeling well. At least it's cooler and we've had a better night's sleep and we didn't have to pack anything down, so that's good. Just finishing packing so we can get out of here. Recommend this place, it was great.
Today, I think it's probably like 16 kilometers because every day has been 16 kilometers. 800 meters of elevation gain, don't know how much down. We go flat for a bit, then steep up, steep down, then we get to Trient. Then there's a town just past it called Le Peuty. That's where we're gonna camp. Back to camping, unfortunately. The problem with staying in a hotel for one night is you want to stay in a hotel every night because you're like, I don't want to sleep in my tent now. I want a continental breakfast. Oh well, I've just packed my bag. I really don't feel very well. But it is what it is. And also my knee brace still hurts. I fell down and cut my knee. I'm falling apart. But it's okay, I've got some Ricola.
What happens if you eat too many?
If you eat too many, you do give yourself diarrhea. It says so in French on the packet.
That hasn't happened to you yet, has it?
Not yet, but I have had half a packet, so it's only a matter of time. Yeah. Let's go, I guess. Nice bag.
Once we checked out, it was time to go and get some food supplies for the day.
This one's warm. Yeah, get that one. Or baguette. It's easier on the trail. But this is nice though, isn't it?
Unsurprisingly, we bought bread, meat and cheese for lunch and then a few snacks. Then we started our trail. We had to leave behind the gorgeous views of Champex Lake and we had a lovely morning ahead of us. Most of the trail was flat or downhill. We walked through some gorgeous meadows. It was a lovely path, as you can see here, nice and wide so we could walk next to each other and chat. We walked through a few cute little villages with literally 3 or 4 houses, loads of gorgeous streams, lots of nice cows. Honestly, this was such a lovely morning. It was about 5 kilometers and it was just lovely the whole way. Gorgeous views, nice and open, so green. And then the climb began and we started to get a little bit tired. As you can see here, I'm struggling a smidgen, but I'm trying to hide it from you. Here I am, not hiding it anymore. The struggle was real. I feel like the night in the bed made us feel even worse. As soon as the uphill began, we just could not. But the first 5k, absolutely delightful. We had to fill up our water bottles. As we've mentioned before, we treat all of our water here, so don't worry about that. We pop a tablet in. And then I was so hungry, I ate my snack very early on in the day. Then we came across a terrifying avalanche area.
Just come across this big patch of snow that's all like holy and ridgy. The trail just kind of ends and there's no clear path across. A bit confused.
It looks very unsafe.
Looks very unsafe. I can hear like dripping and there's loads of like cracks and stuff.
There's big like that's probably at least a foot. Like drop. It's like big craters.
Alright, we're watching this group go across and they seem to be not having too much trouble. So I think we're going to attempt it. It looks worse than it probably is. Look at these cracks. Huge.
They're still walking in the snow there, look.
I feel like these clips aren't doing it justice. This bit was so big and so scary. You can see a few boulders there, like how big they are for comparison. It was absolutely terrifying. I hate walking across any snowy patches anywhere, especially when there's water underneath. And then a couple of days later, Brenna saw all these groups in the Facebook post and it was literally so dangerous they had to come and do something about it. So I was right to be terrified. Then we had to walk down the path and it turned into a waterfall, which was very pretty.
Now where? It's the longest rock hop ever.
Goes on forever.
I definitely did not hear a word of what Brenna said.
This is pretty, isn't it? I feel like I'm gonna have a tropical oasis.
The tropical oasis didn't last long, and then the uphill began, and it got quite steep actually, so here's some clips of me struggling up the hill.
This is hard work. Sweet Mother of Mary. Just came around the corner and look at that.
This climb absolutely kicked both of our butts. I'm not sure why we struggled so hard. I think it's probably because it's been multiple days of hiking on the trot and it's just slowly starting to catch up with us. Our bodies are just tired. In reality, it wasn't really that much of a big climb, but my God, it felt like the worst day yet. Even though it wasn't. I don't know, maybe we were just tired and hungry, but it felt tough. But when we got in there, look how cute this little refuge was. Very nice.
We got a Coke out of a big 2-litre bottle and a knockoff Fanta, again out of a big 2-litre bottle. The cup is not very big and this cost me €8 and it looks a little flat. Wasn't even in a fridge, it's not even cold.
Le train, on le prend pas à Chamonix. On le prend à Lyon, là.
Barely. And it tastes flat, it's disgusting. Very disappointed. Tastes flat. No, I have a can.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
€8. All the other ones have been great. This one, scam. Even if you're dying walking up the hill. And it feels like a miracle. It's not.
Il est prêt ou pas, toi, ton sac?
They're my thoughts. We've been very negative today, aren't we? I'm sorry about that.
Smells like Fanta.
Sûr, Chamonix, c'est juste qu'on descend après.
Tastes like Fanta.
Yeah?
It's flat. It's not warm, but it's not cold.
on arrive au-dessus et on descend après.
Here's what it is, you know?
We can have our picnic here, so that's good news.
We can have our picnic here because we've consumed.
Moi, je connais pas le nom de la route.
So for €8 we get to eat our lunch on a bench.
Yeah.
I'm actually willing to pay that. Get the lunch house way up.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm watching this back and it's really making me laugh how grumpy we were. I think we must have been hangry. So this is like real footage of hangry me and Brenna. Apparently we just get really grumpy. Spirits definitely lift once we eat this food, so you'll just have to wait for us to look a little bit more happy after we've eaten.
Now that I've had some lunch and a drink, I've calmed down. This is actually a really nice stop and I do recommend it. You're allowed to eat your picnic here, which is quite nice. The drinks are probably no more expensive than everywhere else. I paid €5 for a can the other day. At least it was a big glass, I guess. I probably got more. It's 3DL. They do a weird measurement here. I still haven't figured out what DL means. Lunch was lovely. Got 0.3 to the top, which we both can't wait for it to just be over. Then it's downhill all the way to town. There's 2 camping options. One's half an hour before and is a little bit less downhill. It looks like it's in a refugio and then you can just pay to camp in the grounds. Or we can carry on going down and there's a field which is cheaper, but we're just going to see how we feel when we get down there. I'm excited to get going. Feeling better now, less cranky. Also, there's a thermometer over there. It's bloody 30 degrees. No wonder we're struggling. 30 degrees with a £35 bag.
I think we made it to the top. It's downhill from here.
I confirm.
Yeah!
Okay.
Thank fuck for that.
Ready?
That was the hardest climb of this whole trip.
As you can see, spirits are now even higher as we climb down this hill. We went through some gorgeous meadows, then we had a lovely shaded patch in the trees. The only snag about this section was it was pretty steep on the way down and there were a lot of rocks, so we had to be really careful with our footing, so it was very slow going down in this section. But to be honest, we were just glad to be going down. Camp was in sight, that means it's nearly dinner time, our second favourite time of the day after lunch. Okay everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Laura, another cow with a name tag. If you've been watching this whole series, you'll know how much we love a cow with a name tag. Unfortunately, some of them didn't have name tags. That's number 7. Bit boring, but it's what it is.
You're a nice cow, aren't you? Number 7? Very nice, number 7. Yes.
Oh.
So after we finished stroking the cows, we were there for quite a while, we arrived in the first town, which is the first camping option of our 2 options for today. We didn't know whether to stop there or not, but we saw a place that sold beer, so we decided to have a drink and sit and think about our options and decide what we were going to do.
The world's smallest beer, it's only 250 ml. I need about 7 of these. It's a good start though. We still do have 2 miles to walk, but you know us, we saw a good looking spot and we couldn't help ourselves.
So yeah, we decided that it was best to keep walking. It was only a few more miles and it would make tomorrow easier, and it was still kind of early, so we decided to soldier on through. It was still all downhill and we had this cool little section here where we walked up above the road, which is pretty cool. Then we could see the campground, so once you can see it, you're basically there, right? Unwritten hiking rule. We've made it, it's there.
That's where we're headed.
There was a lot more spaces than we were expecting. From above it looked pretty busy, but there was lots of space, so we pitched up our tent, which didn't take too long. We're really good at this now. And then we decided we better go into the little shop because it closed soon to get some stuff for dinner.
So we just went into the shop where we were hoping to buy some things for dinner. Didn't really have anything in it, so it was a bit of a disaster. So I've got a waffle and 2 boxes of children's cereal.
I have this.
Waffle's good. It was reasonably priced, everything was €1. I also got banana. Be more organised than us, okay? Be more organised than us.
The plus side to our severe under-organisation is we get to eat pizza for dinner, so I'm not that mad about it. It was actually pincer, and we had a cider to mix things up. Cheers! The cider was also so good. We don't normally get cider, but that one was tasty. Then my little buzzer went off and it was time to go and collect the pincer. The difference between pincer and pizza is the dough is fermented for longer and it's normally in a square/oval shape and it's got different flours in it. It's not just one flour, it's like a blend. And sorry we're not talking on this. There was some music playing in the background, so for like copyright we couldn't talk. So you've got me having a voiceover instead. But this pizza was absolutely delicious. It had zucchini/courgette on the top, bacon, and it was like a white sauce. And it was very filling. We also ate some leftover stuff from the bottom of our bag to, you know, try and keep costs down without having to pay for 2 pizzas. Then we admired the map to see what the plan for tomorrow was, what we had to do, how much up, how much down. It's a big up tomorrow morning, nice and early. And then we went off to bed and watched some Netflix. Yes, it's hanging via a sports bra.